Well, good morning. It is October 1st on a Saturday. Best time of the year. Football, hunting, cool weather. I'm ready. Tree therapy. I'm in the Tri-Ridge stand and slight northeast wind. It's like upper 30s this morning. I'm supposed to get upper 60s this afternoon. Should be a beautiful day. Hopefully the deer are moving. Well, it's about 9:30. I literally just got everything packed up, put my bow down, and I look to the north, and all of a sudden I see a shadow move, and I'm like, okay, it's either a deer or a person. All my bow back up, get all set again, and it was a small buck. Looked like a little forky. Didn't get skunked. So afternoon hunt, and a little breezier, 69 degrees, winds out of the northeast, the Tri-Ridge spot, and I usually like to hunt with a west wind, but northeast actually isn't too bad because it's actually blowing right I kind of have my main shot set up. They usually come from that way. It's going to be too late by the time I get here. But then they also come from behind me, which is where that little buck was this morning too. So we snuck into the new stand we set this year. I don't know what I'd call it, big red ridge stand or something. I don't know. Set a camera and checked the camera and had I think 3-4 different bucks. None of them really shooters. One of them's pretty decent, but I won't pull the trigger on him if I see him. Fun thing is, on the way in, I jumped 4 different deer. One of them right off the trail by the truck, stopped 30 yards away. I probably could have plugged her if I wanted to. And then 3 more just up the flat, so that's not cool, but there's deer here, so we'll see what happens. We're just finally settled in, and see how it goes. The wind's not great, but got the ozonics going, and you just never know. Wind's going straight up the ridge. I'm anticipating that they're going to be come along this side hill. So if that's the case, the wind ain't going to be a big deal. Small buck just came running in over here. Actually not so small, he's an 8-point. Seven-point actually. He just walked right up underneath me, looked up and seen me. I wasn't gonna shoot him. Pretty decent buck though. I mean, 2.5-year-old. it's October 5th in the afternoon. Snuck out of work and got into first sit in the Ohio stand. 2 weeks ago I came out here and the stand was actually taken down, got it set back up. There's a ladder stand right on the side of the ridge over there, so I got some company. Hopefully they don't screw this place up, but if they stay over there, what I've learned, because that's where I started, is they're moving around over here and they're coming from this direction. So I'm in the right spot. They're just figuring out. I've hunted this for 3 years. They've never been here before, as far as I could tell. But very light breeze. It's on the warm side, 70 degrees, but very still. And acorns are dropping, and we'll see what happens. This is the area where I shot my buck last year, the last day of muzzleloader. I seen a really good shooter, and then 3 other nice 2.5-year-old bucks. That was just over the ridge from where I am right now. So I know there's going to be 4 bucks that made it through last season that were in the area at least that time last year. No reason to think why they might not be. Hopefully we see one of them. Got a deer over on this ridge, about 50 yards away. It's a buck. Actually, it looks pretty decent. Oh yeah, that's a shooter. If he gives me a chance. He's actually about 70 yards away, just feeding on acorns. It's a beautiful high rack. I know there's at least 8. Yeah, looks like an 8. We'll see if he meanders this way. Got a chance to look at his body. That's a 3.5-year-old deer. He's got some pretty good mass, pretty good length, pretty good width. He's not a monster, but for Michigan public land, I grunted at him. He looked. He's just really interested in feeding on acorns right now. He is literally feeding in a 10-20 foot radius, just back and forth. I've grunted at him, only got him to look once. He is so focused on feeding. In fact, I'm pretty sure I can hear him crunching on acorns 7 yards away, which is probably why he can't hear my grunts. He's just focused. All I can do is hope he moseys this way at this point, I think. Well, shit. 60 yards away. He was busy feeding, his face at me. I brought up my binoculars and he's seen it. Snorted and ran, at least a little bit. Well, I don't think he knows what he saw. It sucks because he was facing me. About 60 yards away, there was one opening. He had his head down, eating. I actually just went like this with my binoculars to the top of my bow. And all of a sudden, boom, his head popped up. One snort and a slow bound off. I don't think he knows what he saw, but he's been around enough for a few years on public land to know any little thing like that, and he wasn't going to stick around, but hopefully he's not too alarmed. Now it's the evening of October 9th, and we're back in the Ohio stand. The wind's right from the west, a lot of acorns, and so we'll see what happens. Yeah, maybe we'll see that big boy again. So, I see him again tonight. He came right off that ridge that he was, I'm pretty sure, bedded on the other night, and then feeding on acorns. And it was right at last light. I could tell by the body it had to be him, but of course wasn't sure. He came down below me about 30 yards. I was able to get my binocs up, which then I had enough light to see, and he was looking right at me, but then he put his head down and he kept going. Unfortunately, I didn't have to have a shot after that. But he walked off, and I don't know if he caught downdraft of my ozonics or what, because I figured he was long gone, and he actually kind of came back, and then once again one snort and he was gone. But I know where he's bedding. I know exactly where he's bedding, and I'm able to get pretty much right on top of him. So it's just a matter of time before I can sneak in there and he screws up, and he's mine.